Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream. We have one more game of the online championship ready. And they seem to be ready to go immediately, so I guess that's fine. I haven't had a chance to announce the stream yet, but it's alright, we can live with that. Let's try to put it here. Yes, 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 yes. Go, go, go. New level versus Ezidxan. I have no clue who they are. Let me check the site real quick. I haven't streamed any of these two teams before. I'm trying to find them in the brackets. I think they might be both in the loser side of the brackets. Let me confirm that. I'm not finding them at all. But the game is underway. Ban of Cruel and Anka, pretty standard bans for 3 versus 3. Still trying to find them on the grid. Which I don't know. I can't find them on the grid, but Din says that they're on the grid, so I'm gonna trust him. Side of Team A, which I don't know which team it is, they picked up the Churn. Side of Team B, they're going for the Lorelei. Good captains on 3 versus 3, so it should be competitive. Farhan went for the Malene. You will have a Vox on side A. There we go, I found them. They're both on the losers bracket. Check a look at new level. New level is Farhan's side, so the right side. Those are new level. They are a team from Iran, apparently. They have a few members who are also in other countries, not Iran, but at least 2 of their members are from Iran. And on the other side, I lost the side of the game again. Here it is. Ezidxan. Ezidxan seems to be some French guys, some German guys. Sirwan is German at least. So it's going to be an interesting match. Let's see how this works out. No one clicked the exit button by mistake, so that's a good sign. Sirwan and Archaics apparently are tier 10, so at least one side of the teams is used to playing competitively, or at least plays solo rank queue a lot. Let's hope for a good match. Game's just starting. People just probably going to do the usual 3 versus 3 rotation. Not much to talk about on these early games. Just checking out the 3.8 update changes. I was checking them out earlier before today, and now I was checking Little Old Girls stream while they were covering it. A lot of interesting changes coming up to Vainglory. The meta is going to change a little bit. Not quite sure how all the items are going to work out, but very interesting stuff. Anyways, back on the Halcyon Fold. Rotation. Vox went straight for the lane, trying to put some pressure early on, catch that early gold. The early worm, or the early bird catches the worm, they say. See if there is a skirmish for the middle tree end. We want some blood early on. Some frenzy. Vox gets rooted there. That might help a little bit. Couple chains laid out from the churn. They're trying to compete. Who ends up? The churn ends up with that Vox. And Malene going a bit low there. With the and Alpha manages to finish her up. And a double kill for Alpha. So a good start for Alpha. They're probably gonna rotate down to the jungle and steal those back camps. At least Churn wants to do that. Alpha is a bit wondering if he should or not. He ends up deciding to go for it. Let's follow up this Malene. This is not Malene, this is Lorelei. See if she can contest this or not. Alpha is crazy, just wants to dive right in. Why are you throwing away your initial game advantage? Oh my god. 3 chains on the churn. That almost gets the Malene kill there after, actually, but Alpha dies in the end. Nice fish food there, keeping people at bay. But good early engage by Alpha. A bit wasted on that jungle invade there. Vox is gonna try to secure this crystal tree end. The fish food almost got it there, but Churn got the health buff in the end. They're also gonna try this middle tree end again, so they're very overconfident. I mean, they have the energy advantage, or the health advantage rather. Lorelei going very low, not enough. Churn getting stunned up by Malene there. Vox has to run to safety, and Alpha is here to clearing up house. Very hard hit, and Malene is so slow she really can't go anywhere. This Vox is forced to rotate up. I think he still wants to recall. I would go clean up the lane first if I was him. But no problem. The Churn is babysitting it, so it should be alright for now. So very eclectic start. This Alpha really 1 versus 3 again. Really overextending, trying to get that healing tree end. He manages to get away with his life with some fish hanging around his ankles. Or her ankles. Alpha is a female. Remember that, guys. Little fight up there in the lane. Ringo overextending a little bit. Getting those resonance bounces from the minions. He might even go down. He pops the flash to stay alive. And now the chase is reversed against the Vox. Vox already used this flask. So he needs to be careful there. Not to be caught out of position. Red team manages to get that middle tree end, or actually did not, because the jungle was just intensifying, so the middle tree end actually disappeared before they managed to get it. Minute 4, jungle more intensified than ever before. Ringo is gonna recall, get his health back up, do some shopping. I think that might be a CP Ringo. Let's take a look at builds real quick. I hope this Lorelei doesn't commit suicide, but I will check the wings. What? This Malene has weapon bits, and the Ringo is doing crystal. Okay. I hope these weapon bits on Malene are just for the early game, but she just bought a heavier weapon. I must confess, I've never seen a weapon Malene before in my life. So this is going to be an interesting game. Alpha trying to go on top of her, but fails. I mean, did I see properly? I'm wondering, did I misread things? No, it's the Malene. The Malene has the weapon. Holy shit. Well, it's a weapon Malene. I thought I had seen everything before, but apparently I haven't. I mean, the first time I saw a rhyme weapon, I also thought it was strange, so maybe it actually works. Who knows? Maybe she just does enough damage and uses her abilities to, you know, get away or stun the enemies. Might work. Never say never. But I am a bit reluctant, I must confess. Vox just cleaning up lane. Churn cleaning out house. There we go. Lorelei versus that Alpha. and Malene is just dead. So we don't know if Weapon Malene works or not because she's always dead. Vox against Ringo, one-on-one. Ringo should win this, but he's too scared. He wants to run away. If he had focused on the Vox early on without running away and getting those 2, 3 free hits on Vox, he might have been able to kill him off. But without stutter stepping properly, he just failed, and then everybody ganged up on him. So a bit of a bad start for the red team. The blue team seems to be ahead. They're gonna do this gold miner right here. Don't know if the red team will have time to contest it or not. Seems to be safe. No problem. And now the gold advantage is up to 5k at 6 minutes. That's a tremendous gold advantage. 8 kills to 1. So the red team really needs to be careful. Turtle up. Don't do any stupid position mistakes. And farm up as best as you can. Wait for the late game for that Kraken fight that will set the fate on the Halcyon Fold. Ringo finishing his Shatterglass. It is a CP Ringo, so that might explain why he was running away from Vox on that earlier exchange. That's true. Lorelei trying desperately to stay alive. It pops the fountain. Not enough. And those resonance bounces from Vox really doing damage to the whole enemy team. I think this is even a CP Vox, if I'm not mistaken. Not full build yet. Alpha doing a bit of a dangerous dive there and paying for his sins. But Vox wants a piece of this Ringo. Wants to... and almost gets it. Churn dives there. Trying to kill him. Avoids the fish food, which would really put him in a bad spot with that turret aggroing him. And now this turret is about to go down. Can the Weapon Malene prevent it? Fish food, well placed on that Vox. Weapon Malene not quite reaching the Vox, not able to do her damage. They're focused down on the Churn. Churn wants to lead them away from the Vox, just taking them for a little stroll. Oh, very nice ultimate from the Churn. Over the wall, gets to safety, and he might be able to get away if he has some boots, but he does not, so he's just gonna die. Yeah, fish food, and that's it. But nice ultimate use there. I wasn't thinking of that possibility at all, so it shows that this Churn has been around a few times. Back to the lane to deal with this little minion wave that's coming up. Ringo overextended, not noticing that the Alpha was hitting in the bush there, and now it's a chase down into Ringo. Alpha might be overextending herself because Churn is nowhere near to help her. Double fish food there. Ultimate from Ringo landing on that Alpha. Vox is dangerously low, but still manages to clean up house. Takes 1 down, takes 2 down, and now is trying to finish off Lorelei. Ooh, a chain missing there. That might have been deadly. And that's an ace. And we have the gold miner. Immense payout collected by the side of the blue team. They increase their lead to 8k already. Fox is a bit low though. But he's playing safe. They are buddying together on their jungle to share some of that experience. Churn is right there, facing Lorelei. Lorelei is in a bit of a bad position considering how their teams are behind. Is forced to use the barrier on herself. They are 3 versus 2, but the Alpha wants to pursue this, going dangerously low, forces Churn to pop the fountain. Now Vox is here. Nice stun onto Malene. Malene going very low, and she is indeed dead. Fish food coming up from Lorelei, stopping the Vox advance, but not enough to keep herself alive. Ringo wants a piece of this Alpha, but he just dies and gives the ace Oh, and the ultimate from Alpha prevents her from dying. I mean, the reboot would be triggered anyways. It doesn't make sense why she did the ultimate, but well, it is what it is. Missing a little bit of the A there, but you should be able to clean up this jungle from the enemy team. Bumping up the lead to 9k. Lorelei getting chained up. Malene missing her A, getting chained up as well. Vox is there, spreading out them damage, gets caught up on the fish food. Pulled back on Lorelei. Lorelei is in danger spot, has to use the barrier on herself, and Malene just melts, like disappears. She was pretty much full health and then just was gone. That's another ace for the side of the blue team. They pretty much have this game under control at this point. 12 minutes in, 19 kills to 3, 9k difference in gold. Should be able to take this choke point turret. Arcakes is even getting the aggro by some strange region. He didn't have to do that. The minion wave was right there. Oh, they surrendered. Okay. I don't see any surrender notifications here on my client. But yeah, the team on the side of Farhan decided to surrender. I think they are level up. I have to confirm. They are new level. What the hell? Where the hell are the names? I'm checking out the grid, but this website I had forces me to scroll sideways, which then procs up the restart, and then the chat is on top of things. Yeah, Farhan's is the new level. Farhan, side B was the new level team, and Ezidxan is the side of Sirwan. I think they forgot to swap sides. Yeah, they were slightly forgetting. It happens. I also forgot a few times. Okay. I think Sir1 doesn't understand or doesn't know how to do that. It's just dragging. If you just drag, it works, Sir1. He doesn't know that you can swap directly. That's cute. Pro tip right there, guys. If you drag your name onto your opponent's name, it will swap both members immediately. You don't have to use the spectator as free slots. So now team new level will have the first pick. Let's see what they manage to do with it. Can be a bit of a curse when you have the first pick, because you reveal your hand immediately to your opponent, and if they are ready for it with a counter of some sort, then you're pretty much screwed. Like we have seen some teams on this tournament give away Anka. For sure, because they have a good composition in mind to counter Anka or Cruel. So that's an interesting tactic to use if you're on side B. They don't seem to be going for it though. They banned the Anka, banned the Cruel. Let's see what they end up picking. I would suggest a captain. They go for Yates. I would not be surprised if side B would pick a Lorelei again or the Churn. Both of them are quite OP as captains. Although Arden is also a pretty viable option, or a Lance. They decide for the Churn Walker in the end. And now you need someone to do some damage. They go for Vox. Vox is very OP on 3v3 right now as well. Seen a lot of teams abuse Vox, and if you play solo queue, at least in Europe, you have a lot of people prioritizing Vox as the main lane picker. Farhan seems to believe that he can counter that Vox with a kinetic. Let's see how that works out for them. They might complement their draft with a Black Feather or Alpha. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Both of them are quite strong on 3 vs 3 right now. They end up going for the Alpha. I'm guessing the Kinetic will be playing a weapon power and Alpha will be Crystal. I would go for Rhyme in this composition. Yeah, and I think Archaics heard me. No, he wants to go Grumpjaw. No, go Rhyme, man. This was perfect for Rhyme. Alpha doesn't stand a chance against Rhyme. But they wanted Grump, so they went for Grump. Let's see how Grump serves them. The only reason to go for Grump is if you want to build a weapon-based Grump. And have the CP on Vox. Then it might make a little bit of a sense. But I think both options would work. Anyways, game 2 is now underway on a Halcyon Fold. One of these teams is not going forward on the tournament. It's a 1-0 for the side of Ezidxan. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Let's see if a new level manages to recover. Vox putting some pressure on that lane, while their teammates are focusing on everything in their jungle. They're trying to do the Treant, they're trying to do Yates. They do end up with the middle Treant, and they decide to back off. Probably still gonna take this little potato. Let's check out the lane action meanwhile. Farhan's slightly on low health due to that, to those resonance bounces from Vox. Nothing to worry about. Just safe laning phase. Can follow Kinetic for a while. I think Grumpjaw is taking that middle Treant again. Can do it on his own. Let's see if the Yates arrives in time to contest. It doesn't seem like it. Seems to be preoccupied with assisting Alpha, clearing up their own jungle. So a free middle Treant for the side of Ezidxan. Ezidxan? I don't know how to spell it, sorry. How to pronounce it even. Vox putting down some pressure on Kinetic. A chain missed there. If he had connected, they probably would have put the Connect in a bad spot. Managed to chain this time up, but Yates is there to help her out. Kinetic still forced to pop that flask. Alpha arrives, dives into the Churn Walker, gets chained up. The Vox is dangerously low. We have a kill, we have a kill. Yates goes down. Alpha is also down, but she still has her reboot. Kinetic isn't doing any damage to that Vox, though. You should really try to help out your teammates, man. This Vox is just gonna get away free. And Kinetic ends up dying as well, so an ace in the end. Well, not an ace because Yates was already back up, but that was pretty bad team play from the side of New Level. Need to be more careful, man. Yates helping farm these lost CS from Kinetic. Grumpjaw is stealing some farm away from that Alpha. It's gonna give him a bit of a lead. He's level 5, Alpha is level 3, so 2 level differences already. This is gonna be significant when they do the next team fight. start the laning phase. Okay, doing dangerously low with just the Churnwalker chains on him. Yates was also chained up, he managed to get away. Alpha felt like a little bit of a disconnect there, but she seems to be back. Kinetic dangerously low, has to pop the boots just to get away from there. But she still wants to farm up more. Yates trying to help her a little bit, doing some first hits on those minions. He managed to clear up that wave without much issue. That Alpha got caught up by the Grumpjaw though, and she's just standing there. I wonder if she got stuck in the wall or something from the eating of the eating skill from Grumpjaw. Yates dangerously low. He does end up falling. That's the 5th kill that goes for the size of Ezidxan. They're really putting the pedal to the metal. Churn dangerously low, and Kinetic falls for the bait. Still has her flask, wants to get away, but a Grumpjaw is there to finish her off. And this might be the first turret of the game. 4k advantage in gold right now. It's gonna be pretty hard to contest. New level needs to turtle up, wait for the late game before they can do anything. That Alpha just cruising along her jungle, not wanting to hang back and get sandwiched between the enemy carries. Grumple are already in level 7. And I just realized I missed my glass of water, so now I'm screwed. Casting is a hard job, I tell you. You think it's easy, but then you start casting and you realize you don't have your glass of water. And now what can you do? Do you run and get it? Do you ask someone to grab it for you when everyone in the house is asleep? It's hard business. Churn, throwing some chains, missing. Alpha wants an engage. I don't know why, because they are behind. They will get their asses kicked if they do an engage. Here comes the Grumpjaw, ready to eat someone up. Who wants to be part of Grumpjaw's belly? There's a pull from Yates. Grumpjaw finally decides to eat someone. Alpha might actually get this Grumpjaw. No, he runs away to safety. Pops up Yates far away from the team fight. Vox manages to clean people up, and now Yates is just in a bad position. Finally pops the fountain, but he's too late to be of any use. He needs a reflex block to prevent Grumpjaw from eating him up. But they were quite close to getting Grumpjaw early on, and if they did get that Grumpjaw, the fight might have been different. Alpha just decides to recall. Yates is gonna hang back, get some ambient gold out of that. Ezidxan take the opportunity to clear up some additional jungle camps from the opponent team. Now Vox is forced to rotate back up, deal with this lane push that Kinetic is forcing on him. Both teams have a decent amount of vision. Nothing overwhelming, but enough to get a good position results. Yates just buying a few more mines. Now we have a 1 versus 1 between Kinetic and Vox. And Vox does have a number advantage in terms of goals, so he should be able to win. He does indeed. Alpha wants to finish him up. Fails to do that. Vox dodges everything. And this is another clean win. Might even be an ace for the size of Ezidxan. Indeed. Nice opportunity to get 1 turret and the gold miner at the same time. Free gold miner. Yum 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 yum. Grumpjaw likes gold miner. Well, Grumpjaw likes pretty much anything. He eats metal, for fuck's sake. Why are his tusks so big? I mean, he's a dog. He doesn't need tusks. And now on his petal skin, he doesn't have the tusks at all. So that's curious, to say the least. 8 minutes 45. 6k gold lead, 10 kills to 0. The game seems to be in favor our Team Red right now. I'm gonna follow Yates to avoid doing the camera tours panning job. Nice triple chain on the churn, spreading out the love. Yates pops up the fountain. He just ends up getting killed. And yeah, another clean ace. Very clean team fight from the side of Team Red. They're going to push for the turret and this Crystal Sentry apparently. And all the back minion camps because we can. Hope Vox isn't overextending himself. He is not. The churn is just making sure he is okay and leaving down some vision back there. Oh, Yates has a chain as well. He can also pull you. Did you forget about that? Now Churn is in a bad position. This forces the team fight. They might get this kill on Churn. They don't. They just don't have enough damage. That was not a misposition. That was a bait. That's what it was. Another ace, and things are looking pretty dire for Team New Level right now. With this push of the lane, I think Vox is gonna help rotate and get the gold miner, increase that gold lead. It's already 10k on 10 minutes in. It's only gonna get bigger. So I think this game is gonna end pretty soon. One more team fight that comes out with an ace for the side of red team, and they should be able to finish out the game even before the Kraken spawns. They don't want to rush it though. They're hanging back, making sure they collect their own jungle as well, not just the enemy jungle. And Churn is doing his job, putting down some vision, delaying the lane as much as possible. And yeah, all members from New Level are afraid to step outside. Alpha is still taking her jungle. Will she pay for her mistake? All 3 members are hanging out. Maybe Grump can eat that Alpha? He doesn't need to eat Alpha. She's dead before he uses the ability. Yeah. Team A really needs some defense and just being careful overall. Vox with the chase. Just... I don't have words to describe it. This is just total annihilation. They can end the game right now, I believe. Alpha is back up, but she dies with 2 hits, so what's the difficulty on killing Alpha? I think they surrendered. Already pinging GG. Yeah, that was indeed a surrender. Unfortunately, short game on this side. Congratulations to Team Ezidxan, or whatever you're supposed to pronounce it. You move on this losers bracket of online champions. You will have another game tomorrow, so congratulations to you. Unfortunately for Team New Level, this is the end of their presentation here at online champions. You can't really call it a presentation, can you? You just, well, you're present, so the end of your presence at the tournament. And yeah, that's it. Nope, that would be Din. I'm only a caster. The organizer is Din. And that is it for me. Thank you guys for watching either the stream or the video afterwards. See you next game. Bye bye everyone. Take care.